Hi everyone! So today I wanted to talk about something a little different. I've been waiting to do this video for quite a while because this is something that I looked up a little bit on YouTube, but I wanted to give myself some time before I filmed it. So as you can see, I'm not in anything glamorous today. I'm just wearing a tracksuit top that I got from a race that I ran this morning, and that's kind of where I want to start. I wanted to talk about running and how to get into running or any exercise, but specifically running, because I'm someone that has always hated running, but I do feel like I need to have some kind of exercise incorporated into my routine, because if you're not doing any formal sport like college or high school would provide, it's, you know, you're not probably getting as much exercise as you need. So I just wanted to send a message to people that, like me, before I guess I got started, never thought they could ever run, or let alone run a race. I only ran 5 kilometers, which is 3.1 miles, but it was my first run, so I'm quite happy that I completed it and that I'm still walking around. And it was just more of a mental goal to see that I could actually do this, because I didn't really believe that I could before. So I just wanted to give you some ideas and some tips about how to get started if this is something that interests you, and just to let you know that, you know, if I can do it, anybody can, because I always kind of thought of myself as not a runner, definitely not a long distance runner. If anything, I was more someone who could run short distances, but I think you can train your body over time to run more endurance, and it actually can be quite fun and very satisfying. It also provides benefits to other aspects in your life. I feel like I have a lot more energy when I run. I don't need as much sleep, which is always beneficial. I feel like it makes me get out the house, and you can run with other people, which is really nice. I tend to run by myself, but that's because I haven't found like a running partner yet, but it's great running with other people. I thought that would be intimidating, but it actually makes the run so much more pleasant. So I just wanted to share a few things about how I got started and kind of the commitments that I made to myself, so that if any of you out there would like to do it, you know that you're not the only one. So when I decided that I wanted to start running, because I didn't want to join a formal sports group or anything, I went online to try and kind of research running plans, because I think what tends to happen is we have all these great ideas, you know, New Year's resolutions, whatever, and you go out and you run, and then you can't walk the next day because you ran too far or whatever, and then you decide you're never going to run again. So it's really important to pace yourself. One of the programs that I found online was a Couch to 5K running program, and I'll list the link below. And essentially it is a week by week schedule. You start off really easy. It's like you start off with more walking than running, and you build it up, and you need to run 3 to 4 times a week to achieve the goals, and you gradually build it up. Now, I'm sure there are lots of programs online out, and you know, that you could get from local gyms, so the type of program that you get is not as important as the commitment you make to the program. So I just made a promise to myself that I would run every day for 10 days, even if it was for 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, as far as humanly possible. So I gave myself a 10-day period. I didn't run every day in those 10 days because I couldn't. A couple of the days I think I was away, and there's absolutely no time in the day where I'd be able to run. But wherever I could run, where the excuse of, oh, I'm too tired is not good enough, I forced myself to go out and run, and I think that was the key, because generally I just would give up and just want to stay inside. It's also good to start running, I think, while the weather is still nice, and once it gets really cold it's that much more difficult to run. I really don't like running on treadmills, so it is good to be outside. If you're in a warmer climate, well, that's great, because then you can run for longer. If you're in a colder climate, then I guess as long as you get some nice clothes to run in, then it's possible to do it. So for me, the main thing was committing to myself and getting those 10 days out the way, and once they passed, I didn't even realize, I just kept on feeling like I needed to run. I don't know if I've experienced the whole runner's high thing yet, but I think I might have in some way, because I feel like I need to go running and I feel so much better after I run. And so this led me up to signing up for a 5K or 3.1 mile race, which I kind of did a little bit on the spur of the moment. I probably could have trained another week, and I never actually had run a full 5 kilometers before I ran the race. But like, when you're training for a marathon or a half marathon, normally you wouldn't run the full distance. You only run the full distance when you actually run the race. So I kind of applied that logic. So I'd sort of run 2.2 miles consistently before I actually ran this race, which was 3 miles. And so kind of when I got to that 2 mile mark, you know, you're in the race and there's everyone else is running and people are cheering, and you kind of just go, okay, I'm over the halfway mark, I can do 1 more mile, I can do this. And I find for me the main thing about running that I think stopped me in the past was not so much that I couldn't do it, but that my mind was stopping me from doing it, which I know sounds a bit crazy, but I find I get bored, and even now I still get bored running. So that's why it's great to have music or something to listen to while you run, or having a friend with you that can run and distract you because you're talking. And then you're running with somebody else, so that's really important. So I just wanted to show you quickly my program. I printed everything out. Let's have a look. So this program, which I'll link below, has workouts for 3 workouts per week. So this is week 1. You do a 5-minute warm-up walk. It's very important to warm up just so you don't damage any muscles, any structures, any tendons. And then you can alternate 60 seconds of jogging and 90 seconds of walking for a total of 20 minutes. So each workout is kind of 20 minutes long. And then as you go through the weeks, you just increase the amount of running and you decrease the amount of walking that you do. Then it just has all the programs, and I just keep this with me so I have a basic idea. Now that I've got to the point where I can kind of run 2.5 miles without stopping, I can use my phone to judge my distance, or this one you can also use time. So 2 miles is approximately 20 minutes, depending on how fast you run. If you're running really fast, it's going to be less, but average 20 minutes. So if you're able to run for 20 minutes straight, you're probably running about 2 miles, which I think is 3.6 kilometers. So you can get that kind of you can get that kind of idea from the distance. The other thing about running that is really useful is that it's quick in terms of exercise. You get a lot of bang for your buck, so to speak. So you can run for half an hour and burn a lot of calories and get a really good workout and be really exhausted. Whereas if you ride a bike or you go for a walk, you're gonna have to spend a lot more time before you get the same amount of calorie burn or satisfaction or muscle buildup. So that's why running is so easy. All you really need is a good pair of tennis shoes, sneakers, tackies, whatever you want to call them, and some nice workout gear, although you don't need necessarily to have really good looking workout clothes, and you're good to go. Whereas a lot of other sports you need equipment in order to participate in them. And you know, we always think of running as kind of running on your own, and I guess a lot of it is mental, and it's your own, you know, you putting in all the work. But you can join a running club and you can make it really social and just use it as like a good catch up with a good friend, and obviously you're exercising, which is really, really good for your health. So yeah, if any of you have questions on how to get started with running, if this is something that would interest you, you know, it's great having all the nice makeup and all the nice clothes and everything like that, but if you're not feeling good about yourself, it just reflects in the way that you carry yourself. And so I think feeling good and healthy and feeling like you're exercising regularly really impacts your attitude towards your life, and I think it helps decrease the amount of worry and problems that you have because you just feel like you can tackle them better. Also, for people that struggle to sleep, if you're more physically exhausted, you're more likely to sleep, so that's also really a big pro. Yeah, so I just wanted to share this with you and tell you that I ran my first race, yay, and I'm really happy about that, and I can't believe I did it. So if I can do it, anyone can. So good luck, guys, and let me know how your running stories are going. Bye!